Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Robcast, Revenge of the Nerd podcast. Hi, how are you guys? It's me, Rob Sacchetto, the inventor of the zombie portrait and all-around pop culture guru. I love the pop culture stuff. Movies, comics, movies you can see right behind me. Comics, movies, zombies, Lego, wrestling, all the fun stuff. Yes, so today is another exciting installment of the Robcast movie review, and we're going to review Angel Heart. If you couldn't tell from the thumbnail here on YouTube's. Yes, Angel Heart is, this is one of my absolute favorite movies from way back. This movie was made in basically debuted in 1987. That is like 34 years ago. My God, 87, 97, 2007. Yeah. Wow, long time ago. I remember watching this movie. I would get, it's funny because I would get home from going out, partying with my buddies and stuff, and come home. I was living at my parents still. I would flop on the couch downstairs in the rec room and, turn the TV on, and this movie would be playing at super late at night. And I would always catch sort of the last, half hour, 20 minutes of it, and I never knew what it was. And I was like, man, I gotta find out what this movie is. It was so awesome, because I kept on seeing these same parts, and I never knew what this movie was. And again, that was back in the time when, we had VCRs, but to buy a movie or even rent it, to rent a movie you could do $5, whatever, I don't know what it was back then. But to buy a movie, and this is crazy, this is a bit of nostalgia for you. Movies, to buy a VHS tape back in the day when that was a thing, they were $100. Yeah, $100 for a VHS videotape movie from a video store. So that was the replacement value too. So if you lost it or wrecked it or whatever and you didn't have your video insurance, you'd have to fork over $100, pal. Yeah, so that's crazy. Anyway, finally found out what this movie was. Ended up buying it on obviously DVD, which I did a long time ago. So the movie is what would be definitely considered nowadays a horror movie. The horror genre is kind of I find a bit relaxed in what they determine a horror movie is. I find if it has a bit of a supernatural bent to it, it's immediately called a horror movie. And I mean, that's kind of fine, The Lighthouse and Midsummer and stuff like that. Those are considered horror movies, and that's fine. Those movies I think have enough atmosphere and enough weirdness and maybe gore and stuff that I would you could definitely consider them a horror movie. I think it's the weirdness and the supernatural stuff that kind of determines that. This movie, Angel Heart, I'm telling you, in terms of atmosphere, has atmosphere to spare. I've rarely seen a movie that has so much mood to it. It's like a modern film noir. The colors are desaturated. It's almost as if you're watching a black and white movie, but it is definitely shot in color. But the color is desaturated from the film. Even the set designs where everything is shot on location here. So New York is shot in New York. New Orleans is shot in New Orleans. It's all authentic. But there's certain scenes where there's kind of set stuff, and even the sets weren't vibrantly colored. So a lot of it feels like you're watching a very dark, moody film noir film, and the period The setting of the period, it takes place basically in 1955, is unbelievable. Like you are literally transported to that time and place. It's fantastic. I've never seen such an adherence to period, clothing, set, everything in a film. It's just immaculately done, impeccably done. It's so good. And I mean, like that's almost worth the price of admission. The rest of it is just, the story is so great. It's adapted from a book called Fallen Angel. And this is directed by Alan Parker. He did Fame, Birdie, what else? Midnight Express, right? So that's a huge film. If you haven't seen Midnight Express, that's again a very kinetic, moody, like heavy film. So seek that out, that one too. I've got that one. I don't know if I'll do a review on it because it's not really horror adjacent or horror sci-fi horror like. Yeah, I've done like Tombstone, and I've touched upon movies like that, like westerns and things like that. That's kind of in a best of thing, but Angel Heart is very much more steeped in like horror tropes. There's a lot of voodoo, a lot of like sort of Satan worship, things of that nature. And the thing that makes it unsettling too is that the fact that it is in 1955 and there are those those sort of satanic overtones and things of that nature. That's what really makes it more, I think, even more unsettling too. So basically, this movie is about Harold Angel. He's a private detective who gets hired by a mysterious individual, and he is tasked to find another individual by the name of Johnny Favorite, who is a singer, and basically that's the story. So Harold Angel has to find this individual, and he goes on this very wild adventure, in which bodies keep on piling up more and more and more, and it's almost like everyone he goes to talk to ends up dying. Everyone he goes to talk to try to find out where this Johnny Favorite guy is that he's trying to find ends up getting killed in gruesome ways. And you'll see just how gruesome when you watch this. And there are some doozies in there. So there's that gore factor, and even the hinting of gore too. This movie also features, of course, Robert De Niro, and not the enthusiasms, not that De Niro, a sort of more subtle, understated De Niro. He doesn't do his like mob sort of shtick. Not that he does that in a lot of movies. I'm not trying to dump on the guy at all. Just like, he's very much known for that type of guy. So he plays a very understated sort of character. It's funny because they credit they sort of, in the opening credits, they credit him as a special appearance by Robert De Niro, which I thought was kind of weird. This movie also features the debut of Lisa Bonet, who I believe now is married to he's one of my favorite performers. Lenny Kravitz, if I'm not mistaken. So, at the time, Lisa Bonet's only credit to anything was The Cosby Show. She did this movie at the protest of Bill Cosby, who ironically fired her because of her lewd scenes and nude scenes in this movie. So, yes, the ironing is delicious, so to speak, because, of course, Cosby is now behind bars for actual lewd behavior and other things. So yeah, kind of a thing there. Interesting. Another interesting note, they were filming some scenes in which there was a voodoo ceremony happening. Lisa Bonet is included in it. And some of the film placards that were used, the claque, were designated with the number 666, which caused the director, Alan Parker, much distress because he's incredibly superstitious, and he was saying that he carried pins around with him. I guess it's to ward off evil spirits or whatever. So he was literally doing anti-voodoo stuff for himself as protection. So that was kind of a funny little tidbit there, I thought. But yeah, the movie is of course very much steeped in that sort of that sort of stuff, heavy into voodoo. Another thing about this movie which I really loved was the soundtrack, the scores and the soundtrack, the music that was involved in this film. Absolutely fantastic, so catchy. There's a lot of great choices for music. A lot of actual musicians were featured in this movie playing music, but it's by no means it's not like anything like Blues Brothers or anything like that. It's just it's there, it's in the background, or it's it's very slightly featured. But the music on the I believe a friend of mine had the soundtrack and gave me a copy of it. And I used to listen to it all the time too. I thought it was just fantastic. Very atmospheric, lots of blues, sort of jazz stuff in there, but almost creepy, there's almost a sort of it's dripping with a bit of that creepy sort of that undertone. So yeah. This movie I cannot recommend highly enough. Again, I've probably watched this thing 40 times at this point. I remember watching it with my friends a lot of times, and they were just blown away. I was like, you gotta watch this movie, Angel Heart, and I would tell them the whole story about how I would come home and I would see parts of it, There's a really interesting little thing in this too. Another little interesting tidbit. The film starts out when you're basically in Brooklyn, actually Brooklyn, New York, and it starts out and there's snow, literally the opening scene, as the opening credits are rolling or going through, it's even shot. It's even there's even a sort of a bluish, tinged to everything. It starts out sort of in the winter, or at least in the fall, or early spring, or there's definitely snow on the ground. It looks cold. As the film progresses, it gets hotter. The film actually gets hotter. You look at the film, you watch the film, and I don't mean physically you're going to feel heat, but as you watch it, because it switches from Brooklyn to New Orleans, or New Orleans, or however you want to pronounce it. As it progresses, it gets hotter. So you see people sweating, and just everything is it's like you're getting closer and closer to hell. So that's it's something that you can notice. Now that I've said it, you can actually kind of pick up on it as you go through, and that's something you kind of get through multiple viewings. You start picking up on little details like that. But the continuity is fantastic too. I notice little things in continuity. This film is really, really well produced. And it's one of Mickey Rourke's best films ever. I used to love Mickey Rourke a lot, growing up. He was this super cool dude, man. And he subsequently has turned into quite a bit of a gargoyle because of his failed sort of boxing career. And then he got into sort of this feud with De Niro too. They were shit talking each other, I guess, or he Mickey Rourke kind of started shit talking De Niro, and so it led to he actually. The latest allegation from Mickey Rourke was that Martin Scorsese, he says that allegedly Martin Scorsese had contacted him about being in The Irishman, that new epic, basically Scorsese's last big mob movie. And De Niro, he says that De Niro shit on that idea and sort of dissuaded or persuaded Scorsese not to cast him or hire him. So I don't know, like, I mean, I have no idea if that's true or false. I mean, I think it's one of those he said things. If you want to do the research on it, go right ahead. That was something I just heard about, so I don't know if it's true. But there was something else before that whole thing that they were, Rourke was shit talking De Niro. However, he speaks very highly of him acting in this movie. You know, he says he had to be really prepared to you know, go toe to toe with De Niro in all the scenes. He couldn't screw things up. He wanted to be really highly prepared because he knew how good De Niro was. So what you make of that, I have no idea. Anyway, regardless of all that nonsense, this movie is, I would give this 5 out of 5 stars. I'd give it 10 out of 10 hearts. I'd give it, like, you know, 100%. Watch it. If you love mood, horror, you know, like just a really tight film that is so satisfying at the end too. I can't tell you how much I love this movie. So yes, definitely find it, buy it, rent it, stream it, steal it. I don't care what you do, but you must watch this movie if you dig movies, if you like horror movies. I'm giving it the highest regard. That will do it for today, guys. I have talked enough. So until next time, I would like to say thank you so much for watching. It really means the world to me. If you could thumbs up this video, that would be incredible. If you could subscribe to my channel, oh my goodness, that would be fantastic. I want that YouTube plaque behind me, you know, in the future in one of my videos, man. You know, I really want to achieve that goal. So if you can help me, hey man, it's all free. You don't have to pay for anything. Just have to do some clicking and go, yeah, I want to subscribe and want to see more of Rob's videos. I hope I entertain. And there'll be more stuff. I'm going to be doing some more tutorials. I'm getting back into comics, baby. So there'll be stuff there too. I'm going to leave my Patreon link in the description below to see new zombie drawings every single day of Earth's existence. You will see new drawings happen every day on that page. So I'm going to leave that link down there. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Best wishes and love. Bye-bye.